So hello everyone, it's Dr. Tanya here. Today we're going to make a very simple one pot curry chickpea recipe, and it's super easy to make. So first you want to make sure that your pot or your stove is heated to a medium low heat. So now it's nice and warm. And next we're going to add a full can of chickpeas. Now I'm not going to drain the chickpeas, so this is going to allow it to be nice and thick, so I'm just going to add it in. Nice and hot. If you want additional chickpeas, you can add a second can. I actually have some extra chickpeas left over, and I'm going to add it in. So that's about half a can of leftover chickpeas to make it heartier. I'm going to add my spices. So here we have 2 bay leaves, a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of rosemary, a half a teaspoon of turmeric, a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, coriander, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Next, we're going to add 3 minced garlic and also a diced medium onion. Now, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of sweet white yam. I'm going to add about 1/8 teaspoon of allspice, a half can of full fat unsweetened coconut milk. If you can get it organic, great. If not, get what you have. I'm now going to add a tablespoon of tomato paste. Now I want to show you all a money-saving tip. Now I had opened a tomato paste previously, and so to save my tomato paste, I actually placed it into a Ziploc bag, spread it out into about a thin layer. So all I have to do is just break off about a tablespoon-like piece and just put it into the pot. Super nice and easy, and it saves money. Maybe I'll add a little bit more. I love tomatoes. Now we will add 2 tablespoons of curry powder. And I'm going to add a tablespoon of coconut aminos. This is optional if you don't have it available, but it does give the curry a nice sweet flavor without adding any sugar, and so it makes it very delicious. So now we're going to stir in our ingredients until it is nice and uniform. And you also want to turn up your pot to a medium heat, or your stove to medium heat, so that it will start to simmer. And even if it's not uniform, you can just stir it a little bit, and we'll just cover it up until it begins to simmer. If the fluids are a little low, you can add a little more coconut milk. But if you don't have that available, you can also add just a little bit of water. In this case, I'm adding about a 1/4 cup, not too much because we don't want to dilute our seasonings. Okay, so let's cover this up and let it simmer for about 10 minutes, and we're going to check back to see if our potatoes are steamed. Alright, so it's been 12 minutes since our curry has been simmering on the stove, and we're now going to take a look. And look at that. It is nice and ready. And so what I like to do is add some additional seasonings, not much, but at the end of cooking you want to add a squeeze of lime juice. That's about 1 to 2 teaspoons of lime juice. And if you have some frozen ginger, which I have some frozen ginger or fresh ginger, you can just grate it over your curry So this is about 1 to 2 teaspoons of grated ginger. And if it doesn't come out, very simple, just scrape it off. And finally, we're going to add some kale for some extra veggies to make it nice and hearty. And we're going to let it simmer or steam for about 5 minutes. Also, something I like to add is a little bit of chopped cilantro, so that's about a teaspoon. And if you don't like cilantro, don't add it. And all I'm gonna do now is just cover it up and let it steam. So we let it steam for 1 to 2 minutes. All right, everyone, now time for the moment of truth. We have our tasty curry. Whoa, look at that. And the kale is just wilted and it's not overcooked because we don't want that. So now we're going to enjoy it by placing it in our bowl. And don't forget to eat your kale. So here we are. We're just going to garnish our curry with a tiny bit of cilantro on the top to make it look more beautiful. You can even add tomato if you like. And simply let it cool and enjoy it. You're gonna love it. Give this recipe a try.